Today, we're going to go through one of the growth strategies that you can use to scale to become a seven figure brand. We'll dive into some case studies on how focusing on bestsellers can turn around the business. And the client I had a very stagnant sales in Q3 and really want to pivot away from that and achieve a high profit margin in Q4. And we did that by focusing primarily on bestsellers. So here are the things that are covered in this video. Number one, 80/20 rule. Number two, why focus on best-selling SKUs. Number three, a case study. Number four, implementation. Number five, results and impact. And six, lessons. This is more of a broad concept that I want to cover in this video, and I hope you enjoy it. A short story about me. I worked as a freelancer living in different countries whilst working remote, think Bali and Chiang Mai, Canggu, etc. I worked for a few agencies and I fell in love with growing e-commerce businesses. And my recent role was working as a head of growth for a D2C brand in Australia. During my career, I realized there are many courses and resources on building a business, but not many focusing on marketing fundamentals, growth marketing, etc. And from this personal experience, I wanted to build this brand called T-Shape Marketing, um, where I'm trying to show my lessons and aha moments I've learned in the past 4 to 5 years. And the goal is through education content, digital products, and portfolio, build my portfolio as well in terms of career. An overall arching purpose is to document my learnings, show my aha moments, and lessons that I could give to my older self 2 years ago. Because 2 years ago, I was spending probably only 4 to 5K a day, and right now I'm spending 20, 30K a day, and that has to be that was a process that I had to go through. And my videos will be a very simple slideshow educational pieces rather than using animation, fast-paced cuts, sounds, just to keep the retention of the user. But I just aim to keep it raw production and just provide as much value as I can. So let's get more into the case study. The niche was apparel. The main core issue was a lack of cash flow, and they needed to sell at a higher profit to buy more inventory and to buy the right inventory as well, because there was a large amount of inventory sitting unused in the warehouse. They were also investing in Facebook, but couldn't really see tangible growth. And they had a challenging start to Q3, but the client wanted to have a successful Q4, but not relying on Black Friday because Black Friday usually comes with heavy discounts. Also, one thing to note is usually with apparel, Q1 next year will be notoriously a bad month for them. So Q4 was the only chance to really recoup the losses and gain cash for their next inventory. First, I want to go over this principle 80/20 Pareto rule. And if you look into your revenue breakdown inside your Shopify, whatever platform that you use, and especially if you have multiple SKUs, you'll notice that a few products or few product collection categories make up majority of revenue. And this is the data that we'll leverage for a sustainable growth. So, for example, this client did 100K in revenue. I could see that 70 to 80,000 was spent on this particular colored dress, whereas the remaining 30, sorry, it should be 30, 40, 30 to 40,000 was coming from t-shirt and other types of dresses. So you might be wondering why focus on best-selling SKUs. Here are 5 reasons why. Number one, they usually have a higher conversion rate, meaning higher revenue per page slash product. Number two, You can reduce your cost per unit when you start purchasing more in volume. So this is more of a operation side. Number three, high in demand naturally. I think one thing in e-commerce is you don't try to create demand, but rather direct the demand to the right product, to the right people, and that's why best-selling SKUs should be used as one of your growth strategies. Um, and followed by that is potential higher ROAS. And number five, easier stock management. It's much better than managing 50 SKUs. Uh, then to focus on two SKUs that will generate a majority of revenue. So focusing on best selling SKUs lead to an easier stock management. So knowing this is how I approach Q4. We decided to focus on what we called A grade stocks. So which is the same thing as clients' bestsellers. And most important thing is that we did not discount any A grade stocks to preserve profit margins, and because they're going to sell anyway because there's a high demand for this product. So there's no point of discounting. And we created a separate campaign on the A grade products on Facebook, and we reshuffle the website, collection page, homepage, etc., to highlight these top products on the homepage and collection page, plus the email flows. Let me show you more of a visual example here. This is not the client to let you know, but I thought this visual example would help. For example, lipstick underwear and ankle sock was the best seller, was driving 80% of the client's revenue. I will place it in the homepage, and let's say the ankle itself is the best seller within the sock category. So we've got ankle socks, quarter socks, and calf socks. I would naturally place an ankle sock on top of this collection page because we want people to click on the product that have natural demand, and we don't want to hide it somewhere else. For example, let's say this A grade stock ankle socks was in page 3 of the collection page. People have to go through lots of friction points in order to purchase that. But whereas if we nudge it into more of an easier spot, the conversion rate will increase. Again, this is more of a visual example of the Facebook campaign. So we've got Facebook, Evergreen Tofu, which is your normal prospecting. You'll add your Evergreen creative, etc. But we created another separate campaign called Bestseller. And within that bestseller, we would only sell bestsellers, send it to the bestsellers PDP, or a landing page where uh, the lander only has A grade stocks embedded. So there wouldn't be any place for them to leak to a B grade or a C grade product. The results and impact was quite clear and significant. The revenue went up from 57K to 155. CAC went down from 80 to 65. The CAC error should be an opposite. That's my mistake. And revenue per session went up to 3.5. And this overall improvement led to increased profits, and client was very, very happy with this progress. What did we learn? First, the importance of data-driven approach. We moved away from random testing to a strategic uh, strategy focused on high-performing SKUs. It's not really spraying and praying. I guess you can do that at the start to gather data, but since we had data, we had to be very precise and strategic where we what we wanted to push, what we wanted to use to grow, and by focusing on bestsellers to optimizing our marketing, we turn a very potentially a scary future for this business into more of a turnaround. And I hope this lesson gets you to examine your bestsellers and see how you can leverage that to scale yours. Um, Thank you for watching. And if you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and comment if you have any questions.